Welcome to This Week in Wimberley. I'm Chris Doelle. I will be joined shortly by Mr. Z, Gary Zupancic. This is a show where we talk about what's going on in and around the Wimberley Valley, all the fun stuff. We will get to that in just a moment, but first, quick message from some people who made this show possible. Premier Cuts has locations in San Marcos and Kyle, and man, they are the absolute best. I can say this for a fact because I have been getting my hair cut there for well over a decade. And if I do say so myself, I think it looks really nice. They have some great specials. Wednesday, $14 men and boys haircuts, and Tuesday, $16 women and girl haircut. Both of those are $5 off the regular price. They also have the amazing airplane chair. If you have a kid who is getting his or her hair cut, sitting in the airplane chair will keep them distracted, keep them entertained, so the stylist can get their work done. The San Marcos location is on Aquarina Springs, and the Kyle location is just to the right of the HEB Plus. Again, that's Premier Cuts in Kyle and San Marcos. Looking for a one-stop shop for all your indoor, outdoor, garden, and ranch needs? Look no further than King Feed and Hardware. Our customers rave about our old general store vibe and the unique, eclectic mix of products you won't find anywhere else. Whether you need tools for the garden, supplies for your pets, equipment for your livestock or construction business, or just something for your home, we've got you covered. Plus, don't miss our destination nursery and garden center with a constantly changing inventory of plants, trees, vegetables, yard art, and outdoor furniture. Bring the family and visit our animal residence or pick up toys, games, and books for the kids. Come see us in Wimberley, Texas, and discover what makes King Feed and Hardware the ultimate shopping destination. All right, everybody, join me in welcoming Mr. Z, Professor Z, whatever you want to call him, Gary Zupancic. How are you today?
Oh, just don't call me late for supper, you know?
Right.
I'm doing fine. Good. So, things around Wimberley, things have really been picking up in April, and they're going to get even more action-packed in May. But little news here, the Hays County Commissioners and American Structure Point earned a national recognition from the American Council of Engineering Companies for exceptional engineering excellence for the FM 3237 and FM 150 roundabout project in the county. All right, now, if you've ever been through there, most people don't know what a roundabout is. So you're coming up on 3237, you're doing 6570, and then all of a sudden you come on a roundabout, But it really is a dangerous intersection because there's three roads really coming together, and it's just, it's going to take a while for people to learn because, people, jam on the brakes and,
I tell you, though, I spent some time in Europe, and roundabouts are everywhere. They are so much smoother once people understand them.
I couldn't agree more. In Europe, it's like it's no big deal. You know what to do. Hey, you just merge. But, going from that 65, down to almost, sometimes a stop, that can't be, until you know what you're doing.
That's the key. You can't stop.
Right. You can just slow down, and wait, Okay, the president approved disaster relief for the county's damage from the ice storm. So I'm hoping that the city can recoup some of their losses with gathering all the broken limbs and all that. Last weekend, Gummo Fest was real good. It was a good time. It was for My Neighbor's Keeper, which is a nonprofit organization. They dedicated it to Tom Kaiser, the founder, who unfortunately was in an auto pedestrian accident and he died. But it's a really good organization. What they do is they give you cash money. I mean, if something happens, your home burns down or something like that, you need cash right then and there.
Right.
So they're real good with that. And the Gummo Fest is their major fundraiser. Let's see. Of course, the academics in Wimberley are wonderful. The UIL team finished as a sweepstakes runner-up in 4A, which is really, really good. Sweepstakes, they won it once or twice, but it's pretty hard to win. It's a series of events from different types, and they add them all up type of thing, and they give you points. Okay. Last weekend was Master Gardeners, celebrated Mother Earth, and so did Wood Creek. Wood Creek cleaned up their community. Yeah, I'm sure Keep Wimberley Beautiful was out there also. The county is looking for organ donations for this month, as is Child Abuse Awareness this month. So they want to remind everybody about that. Coming up, May 5th and 6th at 6 and 7 p.m. at Chapel of the Hills. They're having their first full spring concert since COVID-19. That's May 5th and 6th, 7 p.m. in the Hills. And I think you have Saturday afternoon. What is it called? Matinee. There we go. Couldn't think of it. Texan baseball is still in it. They lost to the Hawks, but they're still in the district. And Wimberley softball closes the season. So it's a rebuild season, Yeah. Track and field was also good. They sent 18 event entries to regionals. So, coming up this weekend, there's a couple of really cool things coming up. It's almost time for the 15th annual Wimberley Arts Fest. It's presented by the Art League, and it's going to be at Waters Point Resort Saturday, April 29th, and Sunday, April 30th. 100 artists from across the country, painters, potters, photographers, woodworkers, jewelers, and more. And live music from 8 great bands will be playing throughout both days. So that is, right next to the Cypress Creek, where Cypress Creek meets the Blanco. That's Waters Point, and it is beautiful. It really, really is. And they have paying bands out there. It's free, but it's going to cost you $10 a park. But I think they have shuttles running from the community center. And if not, it's not that long, really that long of a walk. It's about maybe a quarter mile or so. The Wimberley Valley Museum is located in Winter's Wimberley House every Friday afternoon, 1 to 4. And the first weekend of each month, that's the Market Day weekend, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Friday and Saturday. And really, you can make an appointment. You want to see it? Wimberley Valley Museum at wimwick.org. Wimwick stands for Wimberley Institute of Cultures. And there we go. Friday, of course, usual, Friday night bingo at VFW. It's a tradition. Come out for bingo fun, good food every Friday. Early bird games start at 7:15, regular bingo at 8. And, of course, the Wimberley Farmers Arts and Market, if you're around Thursdays, from 2 to 6 p.m., and they're starting to have their spring produce come up, so that's pretty good stuff. The Wimberley Community Chorus, again, Peace Like a River. So that's the name of what's doing. Also, the May 6th Kentucky Derby Party from KWVH. Tickets are still available. It's at kwvh.org, and they'll give you all the information. Coming up at Susanna's Kitchen, Shelley King. She'll be there Thursday, May 20th, so if you wanted to see her. And, of course, next week is Coffee and Cars at Blanco Brew. It's held at first Sunday of every month, and remember, April 30th is Sunday, so that goes the whole week. And that's held at the Blanco Brew, 14200 Ranch Road 12, but really it's Berkshire Brothers parking lot, They have tents out there, they have crafts, they have food. It really has grown. We're just watch it grow every Sunday because we come back from church at 8 o'clock, and I've seen it grow. It's just like, oh, my goodness. They have every kind of car there, muscle cars, hot rods, sports, exotic, classic truck, unique rides. Hey, it's a fun time. Go out there next Sunday morning. Okay, so here are the bands. Lots of bands this weekend. Friday, Kalen at the KWVH patio at 10:15 in the morning. 5 p.m., Jeremy Parsons at Ghost Note. 6 p.m., Charlie Ware at the Middleton Brewery. 6 p.m., Garissa Kelly at Wimberley in a Bar. At 6:30, Marvin and Laura Batura at Fishtails. Saturday, there's the music festival at Waters Point. That's all part of the Art League. 1 p.m., that starts at 11 at Waters Point. 1 p.m., David Orr's at the Rough House. 3 p.m., Michael James at the Wimberley Valley Winery, and that's a beautiful place. 4 p.m., Ruby Dice at Ghost Note. 6 p.m., Jerry Burns at Milton Brewery. Also at 6, it's 5 o'clock somewhere at Hay City Store. 7, Jesse Shred, our buddy, is playing at Fishtails. 8 p.m., all the rest of these are at 8 p.m. Ramblewood at Purple Barn, Angelo and the Blue Dogs at Savages, Weldon Henson at Mercer Street, and at 9, Trickfires at Dark Skies Tavern. Sunday, there's again the music festival at Waters Point. 1 p.m. Robin Ludwig at Devil's Backbone. 3 p.m. Bob Appel at Mercer Street. Excuse me. Bob Slaughter at Creek House at 3. Eli Howard and the Greater Good at Ghost Note. 4 p.m. Robert Klein Jr. at Community Pizza. I still like that song about the Swampers that he wrote. I really like that song. 4 p.m. Michael James Trail Savages and Brianna Adams at Hayes City Store. So we get to this week's artist. He's been recording for, I guess, 10, 15 years. He's like 53. Just hitting the road all the time. He lives here in Wimberley. If you like, some critics have said he's sort of in the vein of John Prine, Bob Dylan, Steve Earle, Chris Christopherson, all that. And the song is called Blame It on the Rain. And really, if you need an excuse, this is the country blues song that you really need to listen to. Yeah, it was the rain that made me do this or, whatever. So, yeah, it's a really good song, and I really enjoyed it.
See you down at the bottom. Ain't no easy way out. Yet a few things are certain in the valley down. And gravity's not guilty, nor a bad stroke of luck. Many roads lead down, but only one goes back up. How you can blame it on the rain, and blame it on your brother, and blame it on the stars, yeah, that never shine your way. How you can blame it on Jesus, or how you're drowning in the reason. Yeah, you could have your freedom now. How yet you blame it on the rain. And take a look around. Things really what they seem, 'cause today's just a mirage. Yesterday's dreams, and without redemption, a man he can't forgive. And without forgiveness, how many just can't live. How you can blame it on the rain, blame it on your brother, blame it on the stars, yeah, that never shine your way. How you can blame it on Jesus, oh, how you're drowning
Another amazing choice. I do like I like being able to blame things on the rain.
I like blaming things myself. So this week's nonprofit is the Wimberley Valley Arts and Cultural Alliance. I have to thank them because they're the ones that give me all the bands each weekend that I can have on the podcast. So they describe themselves as less than an hour from Austin, the music capital of the world. Wimberley, of course, is well known for all performing artists, musicians, singers, actors, voice artists, filmmakers, glass sculptors. I mean, there's something in the water here, I think. And and they go on to explain that, really for a small community, we're home to 2 theaters. I think it's 3 actually. A whole bunch of musical venues, community radio station, production studios, and more. So really, if you're any one of those, including producer, take a look at their webpage. Yeah, Robin Ludwig this week and in fact, Slade Cleese. I'm trying to think. There's going to be a whole bunch of artists out there playing, and she'll be playing at 1:00. But every month they have what they call a hootenanny, and it's any artist that they could round up around the Wimberley Valley come and play. Slade Cleese, Tessie Lou Williams, and Tony Camille's going to be there. They also have really cool threads and vinyl, housewares and collectibles. It goes from 1 to 5, and man, it seriously. I'm taking my wife up there. They have Tex-Mex tacos, Emas from Big Frank, and Dive Bar cookies made special by Sweetwater Cookies for the Devil's Backbone Tavern. In fact, that's a really interesting. It's a really interesting place. It's kind of spooky at night. We'll just say that. So it's better to visit it during the day. And I understand Sunday is supposed to be a fantastic day. So I'm hoping the entire weekend is. So if you're coming out to Wimberley, man, there's lots of stuff going on. There's nothing but good time this weekend.
Well, I tell you, you mentioned that they focus on all the arts in the city, and that's something. If you even have a small interest in the arts, you've got no excuses because there's so much going on in Wimberley.
Yeah, if you really want to make contacts and that type of stuff, you're an artist of any kind, musician, whatever. Only thing is really, you get into a network with them, and you find out really, really, really neat stuff. In fact, one of my guests was a glass sculpture, and her stuff's over at the Fitzger's Gallery. I mean, which is high class. I mean, all the statues, all the bronze busts and all that stuff they had there. And and she was saying, her low end of her stuff is like selling for $1,500. And you look at it, you go, it's worth it. So Wavaka is a really, really great organization. So if you got time, join. Cool.
Well, Gary, thanks once again for all the great information, the great music, and of course the great nonprofit feature.
Oh yeah. So it's happening this weekend. We're expecting a little bit of rain, but hey, we'll get through it, and the weekend will be great.
And if you get a little rain, you got something to blame whatever you need to blame it on.
Exactly. You can blame it on the rain.
Exactly. Love it. All right. Thanks again, Gary. We'll talk next week.
All right, Chris. You take care.
Hey, if you're involved in your team's fundraising, get this. I was recently introduced to Success Fund, and I was blown away by what it can do. If you're not already using Success Fund to manage your fundraising, you'll really want to check this out. SuccessFund.com. That's Success, FUND.com. It's not a specific fundraiser, no. Now, Success Fund is a platform with free tools that makes it easy to run whatever fundraiser you're already planning. Sponsorships, donations, camps, clinics, whatever it is. Success Fund makes it 10 times easier. Plus, schools use it to accept Venmo, which is otherwise not an option. Because so many thousands of fundraisers have been through their system, these guys know what works and what doesn't. and they just put out a free high school football fundraising guide. Yeah, you can go and download the guide for free at successfund.com/football. It takes 2 seconds to grab it. Again, you want to be sure to check these guys out, but at the very least, go grab this free football fundraising guide at successfund.com/football. As always, I want to thank Gary for sitting down with me. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, for giving us what I consider the most important and valuable gift you can give, and that is your time and your attention. Go out there and participate in your city. Participate in all the great events going on in the city, and tell us about it on your Facebook groups, on your Twitter, anywhere you have friends. Share it out.